We're going up north to Conroe for an anime convention.
I talked to the founder of this anime convention last night, Brittany. He really wants to make Conroe a hub for anime.
Oh, wow.
You know, no one thinks about Conroe for anime. There's a lot of great things about Conroe, but you know, no one thinks anime. It's called KimoKawaii, and he's really differentiated himself by getting some A-list anime talent, and if you're into the anime scene, this is a big deal. He's got stars from Dragon Ball Z. He's got some really cool contests. There's going to be, of course, cosplay where people dress up. There's going to be a crossplay where people do drag in anime.
Oh, wow.
There's going to be an improv show. There's going to be all sorts of anime adventures there. And this is kind of cool. He has an 8-foot version.
Which is the video you're looking at, a Totoro.
Yeah, an 8-foot version of Totoro. Now, Totoro is basically Japan's Mickey Mouse. So everyone is going to be running in there, taking photos. He's even upholstered it so it's like fluffy and furry. They're really, really going all out. And the coolest thing about the event, I think, is for people who really dig anime, for a little bit more money than the ticket price, you can actually voice act for an upcoming anime film that's going to be streaming on Amazon Prime. So you can be a voice actor, join these voice actors, and then see yourself streaming in a movie later. So it's pretty cool. They're going to direct you and everything. So if you're really an anime fan, it's worth a drive to Conroe.
This is happening at the Lone Star Convention and Expo Center. This is Saturday and Sunday, and they have different prices available. Passes for kids, adults, if you want to go both days, one day. But yeah, this sounds really cool. I even saw there's a tournament too. So if you're into Pokemon trading card games, Yu-Gi-Oh, this is the place for you.
The moment that I decided to do an anime convention, one of the first things I knew I wanted to do was build this giant Totoro. Everybody loves Totoro. So I wanted people to have a giant fuzzy Totoro to capture that imagination and that magical side, bring out the youth in them again. My friend opened this shop, and he's a good auto body guy. He's painted cars for me, he's done body work, and he does really good work. And he said, well, I think I might be able to help you with that. We could build it together. And so the moment he says we could build it together, I'm like thinking again, well, I don't have a lot of time, right? So about a week goes by and my friend Randy FaceTimes me and he's like, so I started on the Totoro. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, I need to show you what I got so far. So I'm like, what? Wow, okay, like, I'm ready to see this. I have no idea what he's going to show me. And he shows me what he did. Okay, it's just a bunch of cardboard and tape, but I see the shape of Totoro, and he's like pushing on it, and it's reasonably solid. And so he's like, I would like you to come down to the studio and brainstorm a little bit about this. The side that is the back of Totoro now, he initially visioned that as the front. And he was like, we can shape it down to look more like Totoro's shape. So you make an incision there and then cut. This is all excess that we can use for other things.
You see that curve around that hood?
Yeah.
And then we'll have to do some sewing behind with those moves we got.
I was in charge of figuring out what we were going to do to make this thing look like Totoro, and Randy was really good at implementing it. Totoro's belly. I've never seen anybody shape fabric before, and he just did it like it was no problem. One of the problems is we had to figure out how to transport this thing, because it ended up being so big. Now Totoro, if you look up how big Totoro is, he's 7 foot tall. It doesn't indicate if that's with the ears or not. Now we just went by eyesight. We didn't do it. We didn't measure how big he was going to be, and he ended up being 7 foot plus ears, 8 foot. People are going to walk through those convention doors, and the first thing they see is a big, giant, fuzzy Totoro waiting to cuddle them up and take pictures with them. And that's what we wanted. But when we were transporting it, I was like, how are we going to move this thing around? I'm going to go rent a U-Haul. And so I'm renting a U-Haul, and I'm trying to keep the budget low. So I'm like, what's the smallest truck I can fit this thing in? And I grabbed one of those small ones, like the $19.95, $19.99 one. It still ended up being a couple $100, but we fit the Totoro in. We had to lay him down on his back. So we lay him down on his back and we take him to the storage unit. Would you like to be inside, Totoro? You could crawl up in there, make out a little bit. Now, on the way to the storage unit, I realized that to get inside our climate-controlled storage unit is a normal size door. It's just a little wider than a normal size door. And I'm like, damn. How are we going to fit Totoro through a normal sized door? I have no idea what his width is. And Randy came with to help along, and he says, oh no, I think it'll fit through fine. And he was right. We got it out of the truck, we pulled it through the door. With a little maneuvering, we got it through, muscled it through the hallways, and we got it to the storage unit safely. The Totoro was a success. We're happy that we did it, and we're excited to see what everybody thinks about it when they get to see it. We can't wait to see people's smiling faces, having a good time, and making memories with like-minded people and people that they care about and love at KimoKawaii Anime Experience and Convention. To take the tag off because it says totes
Totes.
All kinds of Pokemon, Digimon, all that. In Conroe, just off 1488. If you know where the Escape Theater is, we're right across from the shopping center. Our 3rd anniversary was a couple months ago.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's exciting to be sure.
Downstairs right now. Oh, you know what I mean? You know it's real when your parents say the full name, right?
Oh, yeah, he fucks. Yeah.
Almost when you hear it, you just better off disappearing. Just don't even go. I'm sorry, I did not hear you. I didn't hear you. I will clean it up. I will do extra chores.
To people who are judging. Number 1, judges. The audience. You're one of the judges, by the way, man. Very cool, right? So keep that in mind. Second of all, we got DJ Sleazy E right here. Give it up for DJ. One of my very good friends that I met on a reality TV show that we did together a long time ago, man. This is String from Relevant Saints. What's up? Give it up for him.
Raining. We didn't have anywhere to go, so we just went back to his house, and he plugged in his guitar, and I knew he'd been trying to start a band for like 2 years. Did guitar class just to meet people, and I just kind of blown it off, and then he played something. I was like, this is amazing. And my dad had an old bass he bought from our neighbor, but it was right-handed. I played left-handed, so I just played it upside down for a while. It worked. I've seen people. And
Jimi Hendrix.
It all lined up because he had just gotten a drum set for his birthday a couple weeks before. And I knew the both of them, so I was like, hey, let's try and start a band. And that was 2 years ago. And we had been practicing, and then around March, we started playing live.
I didn't mean to make you angry, Grace.
Then there's like a dot, so I'm just positive.
Oh, okay.
But I am really sorry. I didn't mean to make you angry, Grace. Mom says it's time to go, Cole.
Yeah. But like, what I'm hearing, like, it's like.
This time, I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh, is anyone listening to me? Why doesn't anyone ever listen to me?
It's going to be like that with you. You are going to be no fun at all. Wish for me to take them, Kushi. They will never bother you again. Just ask. Ren is the grandson of Aragorn, god of the underworld.
Fireflies. Go get Cole right now. You were supposed to watch after him in the first place. No, because they would be dead. You know what that is, right?
That's it.
That's it.
I wish. Who said that? Dad's right. Somebody asked me a question, but it was a stranger. He asked me what I wished for, but I didn't tell him. I have to start over and stuff.
Just go ahead when you mess up. Just immediately start all over. It's okay.
I'd like to be a firefly for a while. Better?
You do not need to go any longer. You have dispatched Grin to do as he will with your females. Your mother shall bother you no more.
And I will point to you when it's go time.
I'd be a frog and eat you, Mayona.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Satan is just, well, I'm sick and tired of all these light shows and tricks. And Hulk Hogan would be like, I'll see you at the Omni Atlanta, brother. What are you going to do, brother? What are you going to do when Hulkamania runs wild on you, brother? So, yeah, I mean, a little bit of Macho Man came out in there. There was a little bit of Jesse the Body Ventura, which I didn't realize until later. I was like, oh, hey, how about that? That wasn't Hogan. So, yeah, it was just an amalgamation of 80s wrestlers that I liked.
You know what it is? I just figured it out. It's you doing Hogan and then Chris Rager's Southern accent coming into it.
I love the Southern
accent.
accent.
And then it turns into Jesse the Body.
Yeah, well there comes out the little Minnesota.
Right.
That Minnesota.
When you say lot shows and tricks.
Yeah, that's
lot shows and tricks.
Shows.
So for Pan, I don't remember all the details of coming up with her, but I just know they said, well, she's 13 or 14, spunky, fights a lot. And so, I mean, if you notice, Pan is just kind of me when I get really excited. And so, because I've had people at conventions, like if I go, hi, oh, it's so good to see, they're like, oh, that's Pan. It's just because it's kind of me in a higher register.
And you did study fighting. You trained.
Well, but I studied afterwards because I did do Taekwondo, but I did Taekwondo after I voiced Pan. So I just, because I do a lot of kid voices, so I just went higher in my register. And,
So you expect this time around it's getting better. It's going to be a better voice this time around. It's going to be that more amazing and strong. And,
yes, because I'm a Taekwondo
fighting granddaughters.
martial. But so I just, like cheeseburgers, fries, and blueberry pies. Grandpa!
So the voiceover guests are all part of the Dragon Ball universe. So what we did is we had each guest drawn as the character that they voiced in the Dragon Ball universe.
haber podido trabajar con el equipo KimoKawaii. Fue una muy buena experiencia haber podido desarrollar a cada personaje del equipo y lo más importante de todo, que hayan podido disfrutar del resultado.
Having your avatar created for KimoKawaii is like a badge of honor. Our community is so cool. That's one of the repeating things I kept hearing over and over and over from the guests, from the vendors, from everyone, is how cool our community is. I can't tell you how proud I am of Conroe and the Conroe community and the surrounding areas. It's just everybody's so polite to each other. Everybody was so cool. It's just perfect. It's where we want to be, and the guests enjoyed it. They're like, your community is so amazing. They're so nice and so cool and so funny. Everybody just had a good time. It was a party. I can't wait to show people what we have in store for them next year. It's going to be awesome.